A woman's hair is her beauty. This is a phrase I am sure you have heard before. It has been told to us by aunties in kitchens, shouted jokingly in beauty salons on Saturday mornings, and tucked into advice from friends and beauty magazines. But here's something else. That phrase, that a woman's hair is her beauty, is much bigger and heavier for Black women than women of other races. Black hair has never just been hair. It has been our identity, our act of rebellion, our creativity, our burden, and sometimes, our battlefield. Here's a quick reminder, ladies and gentlemen. If you like our content, please do me a favor. Like it, share it, and subscribe to this channel because it does help me to go on and it helps others to find the channel. Thank you so much. Now, recently, former First Lady Michelle Obama spoke about the struggles of Black women with their hair. In her latest comments, she spoke about the pressure she felt to keep her hair straight during her years in the White House because America wasn't ready for a First Lady with braids. Think about that. One of the most visible Black women in the world still felt she had to hide her natural hair to make the country comfortable. Many people didn't like her comments, and in my opinion, that nobody really asked for. After she gave this interview telling white people to stay out of Black women's hair, she did a photo shoot with this long flowing hair. And I wondered why. If she was telling people all about Black hair and that they should accept it, why didn't she do the photo shoot with a mighty big afro, like Angela Davis style? What was up with the Rapunzel look? Anyway, love you, Mrs. Obama, and thank you for your comments. One thing I must acknowledge also before I go any further is that every woman, whether you're white, Black, Chinese, Indian, you know what a bad hair day is. And as women, we all know what it's like to sit for a long time to get our hair done. That's not unique to Black people. What is unique to Black people, though, is the victimization we receive because of our hair. No other race has been told that their hair is unprofessional, that it's unkempt, and that it's ugly. So what I want to do today on Sometimes and Forever is to explore that intersection where beauty, standards, politics, culture, and history all meet. Let's start with the history around Black hair. Yes, there is a story behind all this hair. There's a story behind our crown. Before stereotypes, hot combs, and debates over professionalism, there was Africa. Hair in many African societies wasn't just style, it was a language. Braids signal your tribe, patterns communicated your social status, intricate styles showed your age, your spirituality, your marital status, and your wealth. Hair was a physical marker of a person's identity. This is something that can be seen in many ancient societies from China to South America. So a person's dress and their hairstyles told those around them just who they were. So a person's hair tells their history. Then came enslavement, that very sad episode in our existence. One of the first acts of domination slave owners carried out was to shear Black women's hair, not only because they viewed African hairstyles as unacceptable, but because they knew how much hair meant. They said that they were shaving their head because it was a way to minimize the spread of diseases, but everyone knows it was a way to erase identity and break the spirit. But even in bondage, women found ways to use their hair to speak. It is reported that women used cornrows, or as we say in Jamaica, cane rows, to communicate escape routes to slaves who wanted to run away. In the 1800s and early 1900s, at the end of slavery, Black women had to now navigate a world that was built on anti-Blackness. So straightening the hair became a thing. It was a way of surviving. Madam C.J. Walker, God bless her, she became the first self-made female millionaire by creating products to help Black women care for their hair during a time when natural hair was seen as unkempt. Straightening wasn't vanity, It was an armor that we put on. It was a way to access jobs, safety, and social mobility. And let's just be honest, straight hair is so much easier to manage. But then, as always, change came. Let's fast forward to the 1960s and 70s. Afros became symbols of political resistance, our hair literally standing up in defiance. Angela Davis didn't just wear an afro, she weaponized it. Black women's natural hair became a declaration. It says, let's say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Look at me, I'm all woman. Women were made to feel bad for straightening their hair because to process or to relax your hair is a way to deny your blackness. But we survived. In the 80s, black women did go back to relaxing their hair. Some even used that dreaded jerry curl. Does anyone remember how awful that thing smelled? Oh my God. Besides that, the relaxers used in black women's hair used to burn the scalp. Some still do, but manufacturers have worked really hard to fix this discomfort. It's not easy trying to change the texture of your hair. It literally hurts. So let's go back to the 80s. Even though black women were still relaxing their hair in that decade, they had learned from the 60s and the 70s that it was okay to wear your natural hair. It is, after all, what God gave us. Today, we're still fighting hair discrimination in schools, workplaces, and even in our own minds. There's actually a legal provision in the United States called the Crown Act. It was passed in multiple states, and something similar is being debated in France. The Crown Act, which actually stands for Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair, is a US legislation designed to ban discrimination based on hair textures and hairstyles, especially those commonly associated with race. The Act clarifies that denying employment, school admission, or other opportunities because of natural hair or protective styles is a form of racial discrimination. I think this is so messed up. The fact that such a law is even necessary shows how deep the stigma runs. And believe it or not, it still hurts. So this brings me back to former First Lady Michelle Obama. When Mrs. Obama said she didn't feel the country was ready for her natural hair, black women everywhere just sighed. Not because we were surprised, but because we understand what she means. We know the unspoken rules, that you wear straight hair when it's an important event, you put in some braids when you're going on vacation, and you don't have to go to work on Monday. And you can wear your natural hair, but do not make it too big. To be honest, a lot of young women and some older women too are embracing their natural hair more and more these days, and I just love it. They're rocking some styles that are absolutely gorgeous. Another trend I see is that black women are wearing a lot of wigs and weaves, a lot of fake hair. This is what they're wearing to face the world. I think this is brilliant. What they're doing is they're putting on all that straight hair, the hair that people want to see. But when they go home and it's just them and the people who matter the most, they take off that wig and everybody gets to see the real them, their real hair. Black women's hair carries emotion. It's our memory. Who doesn't know about the smell of blue magic on wash day? Your mother tugging a little too hard while parting your hair for those plaits? Sitting between your cousins or your big sister's knees while she does your cane rows? The big chop. Who has not done the big chop? That silk press you did just before graduation. Our hair tells our story, even when we don't say a word. And that's why criticism hits differently. That's why words like unprofessional, messy, unkempt, or distracting, they still hurt. So where do we go from here? Black women's hair is not a problem to be solved. It's our inheritance, it's our legacy, our crown of beauty. Not because it's written in law for society to accept, and not because we straightened it, curled it, or braided it. It's because it's ours. It's our hair, our legacy, our history. This has been Sometimes and Forever, and this was the hairy truth. Thank you so much for rocking with me today. If this episode resonated with you, share it with another Black woman who understands the magic and the struggle of living with this crown of beauty. Until next time, stay bold, stay beautiful, and more importantly, stay you.